All right, guys, so I am going to read you guys something. It's from my brother. He was actually published in 318 Latino magazine, and it's how he started. So if you ever give up and you think it's impossible to do it, listen to the story. So my brother's called, his name is Carlos Bermudez. And the article states, I am kind of trying to do that. It's like, give me a second here. So the article reads this way: Carlos Bermudez lives in an interesting life. He is a flight attendant. Yes, my brother is a flight attendant, but basically works whenever he wants. That is true. So for me, it's been a huge blessing. It's very flexible. He is a real estate agent, but right now is focused on purchasing properties and listing them on websites like VRBO and Airbnb. Why is this? We buy them, furnish them, and then we rent them out short term. And he doesn't like to stay in one spot for very long. And that's very true because I am the same way too. I'm talking about my little brother here. I love to travel, so I'm usually exploring some part of the country or world. I do the same thing. Bermudez, my brother, was born in the United States, but moved with his family to Puerto Rico when he was 2 years old. Bermudez' father is from Puerto Rico and his mother's Peruvian. My mom's from Peru. And wanted to be closer to his side of his family. So my dad wanted to be closer to our side of the family or his side of the family. So when my brother turned 20, he moved to Florida for a job opportunity. Bermudez eventually moved back to Texas to get to know his roots. There was really no roots there. But it was while attending a wedding in California that my brother met his husband, Brandon McTagallis. They have been together for 6 years, married for the past 4 years. After time in Wyoming and North Dakota, McTagallis, I still can't pronounce his last name, military career, he is stationed in Barksdale Air Force Base, brought them back to Shreveport Bossier. Yes, but while in Texas, my brother became heavily involved in real estate. My mom, she was the one who did some research about real estate, and he was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Then he read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and that really opened his eyes up on the possibility of having the ability to grow his wealth, starting with owning your own home. So keep that in mind. Clue there. Owning your own home is the start and the beginning of success and building your wealth. So Bermudez dedicated himself to helping fellow Latinos, Hispanics to buy their own home. There are a lot of misconceptions when it comes to real estate. Whether or not you're legally living in the States, you can still legally qualify for a mortgage. And this is very true, especially when coming to Latinos and Hispanic people and all that. There's a lot of misconceptions about that. Granted, the interest rates will be slightly higher because it's a higher risk for the bank. But and this is what we call tax ID. But with the ITIN, individual taxpayer identification number, the oh my gosh, this is what they call it, the tax ID number. You can get a loan approved. You can make a down payment, then acquire a property, then you can sell it down the road. Bermudez says buying a home in your name eliminates a lot of issues. Believe me, it does. They choose to sometimes buy through a cousin or an aunt who has legal status, but getting things under the buyer's name, it always becomes a bit convoluted, means a little bit messy. What happens when they die or when they have to sell their property? There's a lot of questions there. So keep in mind, in the Hispanic population, and I would say it's a little bit more complicated to actually acquiring a house, just like, me and you that has legal citizenship. So this is really important. And please don't take this wrong. So just put it under your name. That's what we say. And there's ways of doing it. There's many lenders and all that, but you need to find the right agent on this. Just put it under your name and have a piece of the American dream, which is available for everybody. Everybody wants that American dream, is owning a piece of property, owning a house, owning something to your name. And when closing day comes, And the person Bermuda has helped my brother signs the paper giving him or her own ownership. It's beautiful. It He's a big believer in that when there's a way, then when there's a will, there's a way. And where there's a way, there's a will. And this is something I was actually discussing with someone earlier, that no matter what, we always find a way of making sure that we want to achieve and get to that goal that we want, which is home ownership. So giving them a way to make it happen, it's a beautiful process. And at the end of the finish line, it's like you did it. My brother also enjoys helping fellow Latinos Hispanic refinance their home. Keep in mind, refinancing is really important, but it all depends on how the interest rates are. So refinancing is not for everybody, but it's most likely understanding this. Let's say they bought their home for sale by owner. If they have the opportunity and it comes up, he will ask, are you aware you can still legally refinance the property under your name and get the third party, the original owner, out of the picture and have everything going through the bank? So meaning for sale by owner, meaning like um owner financing. This is what he means. And a lot of people don't understand that or don't even know that. So just FYI, this is a tip. Carlos, so my brother, the real estate work he has done is more than business, it's personal. We build relationships, we build lifelong relationships. It's no coincidence that he connects with that person. For a lot of people, being able to be homeowners is such a big dream. And that's where we come to help you guys. Being able to be part of that dream is indescribable. It's a period of their life that lasts a lifetime, and people will never forget about that. No matter what he does, he sees himself as a teacher. And that's what we do. We teach people, we teach you how to acquire home ownership. He wants to help people, passing along his knowledge so that others may benefit the way that he has. He says here, he states here, I feel that we are all here to learn or to teach. As I grow, others people grow. As people grow, I grow. Everything is part of the learning process. That is why it is so fulfilling when he helps someone else. It's all about passing it forward. But the thing is, are you really listening to this? When I help someone else. So it's all about passing it forward. If you don't pass knowledge, it becomes stagnant. It's not part of the growing process, and you always want to grow through the process. Let me know if you guys have any questions on this. This is basically how to start your own, building your wealth. It's all about building your wealth. Are you doing anything on building your wealth today? Let me know in the comments. Have a beautiful day and subscribe for more.